Greetings out there in YouTube land from the planet Earth. I tell you, it's raining, and normally I would have been screaming. If you'd seen me before March 12th, right now, I would have been screaming inside. All the broken bones and all that. They tend to cause a problem when you're in a rainy area, and it rains all the time around here. So, yeah, we get a lot of Sunday hot, but it's good that it cools things down. But life has sure changed. Oh, since God healed me on March 12th, I'm changing all the time. And it's progression. It is something he did right away. Clearly, when he had his hand in my heart and he said he was squeezing the pus out, the terminology he used, right? There's more to the story I didn't tell because it doesn't really matter, I think, right? But that's, stuff that God told me that he's going to do. It didn't really matter to the story here. It's the truth. It isn't just a story. We're actually living the story called the Bible because it's the truth. It's the living Word of God. Go, how can you keep saying that? Well, because a lot of them don't even think for a moment that you're in it right now. It's talking about here, now. It's talking about what just happened earlier. It's happening what will happen tomorrow, the day after, and it's a little bit past. So you actually are a Bible character because you're living in it right now. So that's pretty easy to say, like, hey, you're in it right now, look around, right? I've been trying to tell people about all the earthquakes and earthquakes to come for a while. Nobody's paying attention, right? And they're going to get even worse, right? I did a little video showing you how to do a search, and I used the word earthquakes and earthquake for a reason. And how one search with an S can get you 3, and take the S off, and you got 16. Tell you, like, what else are you missing? Because some of the new people might not know how to do the search on those things, right? They get like a regular search engine, and that looking for stuff that way on other sites can bring you a lot of results, right? And I never tried looking on there, to be honest with you. I never tried doing a search that way. With Bible sites, like many others would, right? I should try that one day. But I don't know what happened if you did the incorrect spelling on there. Would they show you the alternative or not? I never tried that. You can try it and let me know, right? And let me know which browser works better for you, right? That'd be great. I got no problem with that. Now, I mentioned that I'd lost my teeth were stolen. I got antihistamines. I ran out, but allergies. I'm not sure exactly what, but hey, doesn't matter. That's the thing that'll be fixed by God later. I don't worry about that little stuff because I don't ask for the heart. Everything else is a bonus, right? And honestly, if you study his Bible, he really, it's a living word, right? You study it, and he's going to show you so much, more than you even know. It'll blow your mind. You think you know what's in there? Till you really look in there, boom, and it really jumps out at you, right? It really does. And that's why if you seek his face, you will find it. No answers or buts, right? Now, this young sister in Christ, I don't really know her well, but I will. She's going to be marrying a friend of mine, right? He walked a little bit of a rocky road, but oh man, he just leaps and bounds. The Lord is blessing him richly. And that's his future wifey right there, right? But the thing is, she's getting the visions, and she's very right. The important end times message is for real. It's not a joke, right? And I didn't look at this one right here she put a week ago because I just added her to my thing. Uh, I was giving everything time, right? I had some other things to do, so I got around to it. I knew I got a lot of emails to deal with. I got placed on another site where I write for God. I've been doing it for a while. I got people asking me to pray for them, not instead of that, right? I got a former atheist asking me to send my stuff that I write and things like that and anything I make here to his WhatsApp app. Now that's pretty good, right? And then that other former atheist, you laid hands on him and he don't have the urge to do drugs. And the reason I'm saying this is because people do it every day. They lay hands on that, right? Every day you're an ambassador for Jesus. Some of them don't realize that. But sadly, so many out there are giving Jesus a bad name, big time, by the way they act. Because others are judging Jesus by the way they see others act, right? Oh yeah, it's another scam. Look at that, because they're living that worldly lifestyle, and it's really bothering God a lot because they're the sheep that want to be found. They're right there, are staying lost and walking away, saying, "Hey man, I don't want any part of that. If that's a Christian, I don't want to be one." I know I was there for a little bit. I was doing something for God. I said, "This is Christian, I don't want to be any part of it." And I walked away to do something else. I thought I'll do this for you instead, right? And, it didn't go as planned. Or, I helped some people, yes, but I could have been so much more if I did it God's way. And I wasn't even thinking about that because I ran into these posers. That's the only word it fits, right? They're faking it. And it really hits home when you look at it, the tares and the wheat, how you can't tell the difference at first, but they're not of you, Like the Canaanites are not of you, clearly, right? But they look like you. And here's, the wolf in sheep's clothing pastor, right? Yelling at you for touching the person next to you. The Holy Spirit is when the guy connected with that person, and you're there for that reason for that person. He's the one who brought you there to church in the first place, when nobody could see, right? If God's going to talk to anybody, it's going to be me. That kind of arrogance and ego and vanity sadly fills so many out there. They get raised up on a platter, like pedestal, and people give their whatever, you name it, right? You name it, it's just sad, right? But they sum up everything they got on a platter to do, right? Well, give me your money, and a lot of them do it, right? They just complain they were robbing the widows and the orphans. He called them hypocrites who didn't even know the time of day and so forth. You can't preach from a heart of hatred. You can't. And there are a lot of them out there, brothers. You know what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter where. They're everywhere. You know what I'm talking about, right? Everywhere. That's the problem. This is the great falling away. There's so many lukewarm out there, and their hearts are filled with such rage and hatred. It just doesn't matter which room you go to. They're all the same. Right? They'll jump all over you like white on rice. They will. Okay? And a lot of times for no reason. You didn't do anything wrong, just on rumors and gossip, right? Lies and innuendo. I had it happen to me before, right? But it's the thing. I don't go to chat rooms. I don't for a good reason, right? You have to be evenly yoked, right? I was teaching you one a long time ago, and the things I saw, and the guy that's running the place, he keeps saying, "Oh, I got demons in me," and he put the thing on, and they just would never be there. You talk a little bit, and then you go off and leave some other people's videos playing and stuff, right? And it was so sad, right? It really was so sad. And the moderators are so worldly, talking, I'm going to have 10 of this, and I'm going to have 10 of these in each room. I'm going to have 10 mansions in heaven. And they didn't even understand the Bible at all. Nothing. Just worldly. And I wanted to cry, right? And they made me a moderator because I said a few things in the room you liked, and all of a sudden I started helping people. But I was there for one person, right? And that's her future husband, right? And, some people, I would disagree with him, but he's not the same person now. Totally new creature in God's eyes, okay? All he needed is a little helpful advice from a person that he could consider a friend, who had no ulterior motives, no nothing. Just making sure that he knew that God loved him, right? And a little advice, like any good friend would do, right? A little bump in the right direction, that's all. The rest he did himself. That's the whole point. He was talking to God more. That's what we all need to do. We need to talk with God every day. That's why I tell everybody Psalms 113, right? Every day I do it, all day and all night. Look what he's done to me. Well, severe end stage, right? One moment. And on the 11th, and then on the 12th, I am free from the shackles of Big Pharma. And look at it, it hasn't been long since March 12th. And God told me, just wait till next March, right? 12th, right? And you see what it looked like. He's changed so much from being weak and frail with severe end stage heart problems, right? Falling down all the time, had a bunch of strokes, you name it, right? And really frail to turn around and these guys, and they squeeze it, and it might as well be Samson, right? I might as well be Samson. I'm afraid to squeeze into his hand because I think I'm going to break it. I feel like I could crush a rock. I look younger than I am, big time. I look younger than a lot of people in their 30s, right? I mean, think about it. And I will be, oh man, I tell you, I'll be 59 this year. And every day was a blessing because I didn't know if I was going to live from second to second when I'd go. And I was kind of hoping the Lord would take me home, you know what I mean? But I asked him before, I wanted to freely roam the earth if that was possible, right? They see what they're, see its beauty before it's all gone. Look what the people are doing to it. They turn the planet into a toxic waste dump, radioactive and all that. And there's so much beauty and it's being destroyed every day. Like if you guys saw the stuff in the oceans that you're doing, that's why I say recycle, please. When people in the third world countries, they call them, which I haven't figured out where the other two worlds are because it looks like one planet to me, right? But when they turn around and they got Christian support countries that because they get very discriminated against, they go and pick up the garbage for people and they sort through that and they take whatever they can scavenge out of there. And the thing is, they process it a little bit themselves with whatever they can, and some of them are selling it on the global market. That's right, plastics and other things, and they're selling it to China, other places where they get the best dollar. And that's amazing. A lot of them can't even read, and they got some other ones that teach them some basic stuff. And then with their instructions, it's like, okay, so much per pound of this, and like so that's how they do the math. So many cans equals so much, so they know that there's something physical that they see, and that's what they're learning. Most of them couldn't even read, but some of them are learning the things they're doing global business and recycling. Sorry. How many of you have noticed when you look outside, you see trash everywhere? Think of New York City now. All the trash and all that goes on these barges. They bring it out and they dump it in the ocean. Yes, brothers and sisters, dump it in the very ocean where they get the fish from. Okay? It provides all kinds of things that we need, right? Truly it does. more than some people know, right? And when they don't take it far enough, it comes back. I was there during a time where it washed back on the shore. Okay, it was my first visit to New York City. Oh man, yeah, when I was going by Newark, oh, it was so foul. I thought I was going to vomit in the car. And it was a brand new car. I mean, it was so foul. I thought I was going to vomit. I've been in the heart of New York City. There, I went to all the boroughs, right? Uh, and it was something, right? And I'm there, standing there. Parking was a real hard problem to get, right? Uh, and I've seen a guy selling shirts and stuff on the ground, and it's right next to some banana peel. And I thought, oh my god, it just, and it was like a partially rotted banana peel. Just the filth. I could not. Man, that was before 9/11, right? It was before 9/11. I was there, right? And I tell you, I didn't think there was nothing. I didn't think it was. I think 9/11 was an improvement. At least the streets got cleaned, right? That way, I mean, but I mean, sorry for the life, but they forget there are more people that killed than just a couple of Americans. They forget that most of the Americans that worked there, almost all of them, were not even there. A lot of them didn't come. Have all kinds of excuses why they weren't there, right? And they don't know how to do simple math. 2 planes, 4 buildings, right? And if you look at them in slow motion, they're deliberate demolition jobs because jet fuel at its perfect conditions will only heat up to 1800 degrees. This is a fact, right? And those are not ideal perfect conditions. No way, no how. And those girders could have handled a minimum 2500 degrees before they went. I have a head full of knowledge. Right? I had to know certain things, right? And I learned a lot. Now, you look at it. The guy bought the buildings for, I think it was around 200 million, right? Then he turned around right away and insured them for over 2 billion, okay? Then magically, 2 planes fly into 2 of the buildings and all 4 fall, right? They didn't even have the decency to find everything. On some of the other buildings, when they're looking through there and in alleys around town, and they found human parts and parts of the plane, right? A lot of them they took out and just dumped in the ocean, right? And it's pathetic. And what they do, they make it in the place where you got to pay them. And they get, you would not believe the money that those rich people are, those thieves are getting to be on the board for, the memorial there. I mean, it's numbers so huge that the average American would just vomit when they looked at them, and you were like, "Oh my God, thieves! You're scavenging the dead, making profit." It boggles the mind because the American taxpayer paid for the building to go up, and they have the right, I believe, to go there and see it without paying an exorbitant amount of funds. So some guys can make $1 million a year to sit there and twiddle their thumbs. $1 million? Are they on crack? Well, yeah, that's why you got all this debt. Insane thieves robbing you. The thing is, it wasn't just them. You got all the people from Scotland, all the other countries there that didn't get the early warning. Wink, wink. The conspiracy guys don't talk about it. It's the truth, man. There's a guy, I don't know if it's still out there, where he showed a slow-mo. You can see the blast coming out the windows. I've seen building demolitions, how they go down, pancake down. You don't think that was a deliberate demo job, man? You take the black bag off your head or, get off the Prozac, right? For real. I know because I watched them being done, right? I thought it was really cool, right? One little error if you don't know what you're doing, right? And the building can fall in an awkward spot, and especially when they're doing it with other buildings so close, it's really cool to watch them demo stuff, right? And they do a series of explosions and a controlled explosions in a set manner to get it to collapse, right? And it also got hit by a beam as well because they got this particle weapon they use. Right? A Canadian guy's got one on top of his RV, and we got a little mini one in his pocket. It looked like super thin pen lights. He had this big cast iron thing, neck that he put around a pipe, right? He took it out and just turned it on, like cutting a hot knife through butter, right? He's one of the designers, right? He said, they won't bother me. But they got him floating around in space in planes. They can do whatever they want, start fires in areas, you name it, blame it on whatever. They got their game on. They got stuff you don't even know. Right? You don't want to know. It's not worth it. The whole point is, all these false flags around, they're getting you ready to jump into FEMA camps. We all know that. Why else would they order all them head choppers from China, okay? Why would they have all them body boxes, 4 or 5 person body boxes, for easy stacking so they go down the conveyor belt into the fire and dispose of the bodies later, right? I mean, come on, plain and simple, right? And any spare parts they need from them too, I guess, if they want them, right? I don't know. I don't want to know. But all I know is barbed wire, razor wire, all the latest bells and whistles on security, guys with guard dogs and automatic weapons, guard towers and machine guns. We're here to help you. Oh yeah, hand scanners in the Walmart stores and them. Oh yeah, I know the time of day. Guy drinks human blood. Come on. Everybody knows all the Walmarts are connected through underground tunnels. The guy bought a tunneling company. Come on. Do the math. They can empty out the store in less than a day. Everything goes into tunnel and gone, right? But they got their underground cities and their deep underground militaries. God's having a sense of humor with you there. D-U-M-Bs. Come on, man. Read the bottom of Revelation 6, right? And they don't think God knows everything. And, oh, you're going to hide a hole in the ground? You don't think God is going to see? Well, who made the ground? And they truly are. They're dumb, right? That Musk wanted to, oh, I'm going to build a rocket and send some animals to space. No one knows Earth, man. Oh, that one other guy, he's got the space city. It's really cool, right? I like the technology of it, though, right? Where you put up the capsule, right? You launch the rocket, and the sides come off, and it expands into this material they're using, right? This foam, and it'll go to a certain thickness, and it'll stop any of the little pieces of fragments that go in there traveling at ridiculous speeds. They won't penetrate. So if you lose one chamber, you don't have to worry. But I mean, you can link them together like a train or do it. But these guys have been setting them up for a long time, right? There's a lot of private stuff going up there. I believe that one guy's the only guy on the entire planet who had the authority to send nukes and all up there. Then the UN was talking about them that it was a space station, uh, separate. They're separate space station to defend us from Armageddon. You know, the meteors that are coming and all that. But they're going to try and defend us against God. The thing is, you're up there, and they don't have to answer to the UN. It's a separate nation. That was pretty interesting. The lady who talked about it, they yanked her site real quick, right? But I managed to get a picture, and the thing, I got to try and find it. The thing was looking really cool, right? They originally supposedly sent up with some cockroaches and some other things in there to see what would happen up there, and if the material would hold up. But it's really good because it's less weight, and the thing goes up so beautifully. And then you got the core, and then the rest expands around it. Beautiful, right? And you just link them up. It's amazing. Okay? The things they can do these days to change your life. None of us have to live like this. The stuff they just got sitting on the shelf to keep them for themselves. Don't forget all those fancy toys. They got everything, farms, everything underground, right? The American taxpayer paid for it. So the morons that are up on top, they yak at each other to cause problems. Well, they work for you, supposedly, will run down and hide in their fancy holes in the ground. And the results of their yakking will be caused on you. Like the nukes fall, they'll be on you. You didn't do anything. You're minding your own business. You know, you're having a great old day or doing whatever. Boom, the bombs fall. It isn't anything because you did. It's because you hired a liar and a moron. You hired somebody that the Bible says not to. They're not good enough to get into God's city, right? And ain't no way. And you know, people love to tell us to make a lie there in Revelation 22:15. You know that. And every time a politician opens their mouth, all you get is dumb. They need to do it in the agriculture areas because they could use all the fertilizer they need, right? We want it for free. I mean, why not? You want to do your field, just call over a politician, have them yak for a few minutes, and I'm sure you got more than enough to spare for your neighbors too. That's about what you get. Oh, I'll do this and I'll do that. Give me your vote. Give me your money. Next thing you go up there, they don't even know your name. Problem is, the people forgot. They fell asleep. Those people are supposed to work for you, right? You're not supposed to be their slave. They make rules for that you obey, but they break all these other rules that are there. They don't care. They can break the rules they make. They don't care. They're above the law. Yet they work for you, right? You spit on a regular person, nothing happens to you unless the person punches you out, right? You spit on one of them, you're doing 10 to 25 for assault. No joke. They work for you. You spit on your employee and another person, you're not doing anything for spitting on the other person, but you're getting 10 to 25 for spitting on your employee. They steal money. They break every law in the book, but nobody touches them. They're above the law, right? Do the time of day, brothers. You know the time of day, and a lot of you do, right? This is the latter days, right? Now, I didn't watch this one. I'm going to watch it right there. The warning in Australia, Hawaii, San Francisco. Because I'd warned a bunch of people about things that are coming that I know. I told that lady to get out of Hawaii. I told her it was coming and everything. She didn't listen. Okay? And there she is right now. She's still there. I told her to get out of it again the other day, running around with a gas mask on, right? Just to breathe, right? And it's only going to get worse. It's getting worse all over the planet. Because God said so. Not just to me and to others, but it's written in His Word, right? And if you look in there and read it, you'll see it come out, and He'll tell you even more. You'll know more. He'll fill in blanks for you. Just like Psalms 119, 100 says, right? He'll fill in some blanks for you as you're reading along. That just boom, everything just falls into place, and he'll fill in the missing pieces, right? And it's just truly amazing, right? That's why I'm saying have a chat with Jesus today, because He's all about that personal relationship. And you gotta read His Word. You gotta every day, right? Study to show yourself approved, but it's more than reading, okay? It's talking to Him every day. That personal relationship. And once you get that, you're gonna have the inner peace and calm and content, and you'll feel freedom that you never felt before. That many of us know. Take time out for Jesus, because you don't got time for Him. He won't have time for you. That's the great word. It says so in the Bible, right? Read it. Find out what's in it for yourself. Don't let others tell you what's there, because it could actually save your life, while them could lead you astray. Think about it. Bye bye.